You, on the other hand, are going the other way. Give me the cap on your game.
Yeah, as the sirens go by, that's been a good omen for me lately. I gave out a couple plays earlier this week when the ambulance went by and they were winners. As we know, super tough time in the NBA going on, coming down the stretch. I have to back the team that's coming off of a full day of rest, that didn't just play a rough game that I've been watching here with my own two eyes against the New Orleans Pelicans, which the Kings have been doing. They've been at home. They have no travel on this back-to-back, so not all back-to-backs are made the same. But this year, Sacramento hasn't been very good on back-to-backs, 5-9, ATS on no rest, 35.7%. And Phoenix is going to be desperate to bounce back after that embarrassing Clippers game. And overall, I'm not very confident with how the Sacramento Kings have been playing without Malik Monk, without Kevin Huerter. They're just very thin. I'm going to go with the team that just got embarrassed, that has to bounce back and needs to win to try to keep pace in the West. And they have Devin Booker and the two guys. The Suns are a hard team to quit, Matt. They're like a slot machine. They got all the shiny things, and they're fun, and they sound fun. And you just sit there all day and play around with them, and next thing you know, there's no more money left, and you can't play, you can't spin anymore. They're a tough team to quit, but in this spot against the Kings, who are going to be coming off the back-to-back, I'll take the full team. I'll take the team, getting the full day rest in that game with the other squad coming off a back-to-back. The numbers on the move as well. So if you're watching this live with us and you're gonna tail that with me, I would jump on that 4.5 right now. There's some fives popping up on the board.
I love that you're taking the Suns here after the Suns barely got past the Clippers and Bones Highland the other
Yeah.
night, and they were down like 50 in the game before. The Suns team is infuriating.
Hey man,
Just
sometimes Bones just gets hot, baby, and you just gotta pack him up and go to the next game. He was
infuriating.
unconscious, dude. That was unbelievable, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm at a
They are
spot where
infuriating.
I think with the Suns, like the playoffs, I think are gonna be really tough. Like if they wind up in the 7 versus Minnesota, that's gonna be such a tough series to cap because it's great shot makers versus great defense. This I described this on a radio spot today with Veasan. I was asked kind of to explain the Phoenix Suns, and I said they have to get away from their natural instincts because their natural instincts are to play mid-range jump shooting, soft, uh, casual defense. And if they get into physical basketball with a lot of intensity, with a lot of off-ball screen action, coupled with volume 3-point shooting, that's a dangerous team. And the question is just like, which one's going to show up? And that I think is what makes them so infuriating because I've seen them beat they literally had a week. They lost the Spurs without Wembanyama. They beat the Nuggets in Denver. They lost to the Thunder without SGA. I mean, just like they are all over the map. So kudos to you for riding the wave in this last one. I will say that back-to-back trend for Sacramento has been really good. In terms of fading them. It's just not been their year in that kind of spot. They are shorthanded. You can tell that when you miss two guys like Herter and Monk, what winds up happening is you as a coach, you feel a little bit safer. And especially when you're fighting to get out of the play-in tournament, you tick up the minutes a little bit more. And that catches up with guys over. It's an accumulation thing. Playing one guy 40 minutes in a game doesn't matter. But when you're playing guys longer minutes, or you're having to reach into the bench and play guys longer than they're used to, whether it's Davion Mitchell or Keon Ellis or whoever, there's a real cost there, I think. So I like the cap on that.
Yeah, interesting. Really, one more quick note here on Sacramento from 20 to 24 feet. If we're talking about the Suns shooting middies, the Sacramento Kings are 27th in the NBA opponent field goal percentage from that 20 to 24 feet range. Could be something. It's a full year scope, but if they do fall into that comfortable mid-range game, Sacramento has allowed a high percentage from that spot on the floor.